Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my sewing room. Welcome to my little bitty life. This is Friday where everything's on the table. A little bit of sewing, a little bit of life, whatever. And we'll just have a conversation, shall we? So I would call this a part 2 because last week I asked you, when do you give up on a pattern, a sewing pattern? Now, this might be interesting even if you're not a sewer because it's just a question. You know, you don't know what you have until it's done. So if you go into a store to buy a dress and you try it on, you think it looks great on the hanger. It's the colors I like. I love the feel of it. I love the color. Love everything's great. Try it on. No. Well, in the sewing world, we get to choose the fabric, choose the pattern, spend hours and hours making the garment. Then we try it on and say, oh, or ooh, one of those two. So the question is, and still is, when do you give up on a sewing pattern? And I got a mixed bag of comments and so many great ideas that really had me running back to work on this dress pretty much right after that video aired last week. And I'm back to the point of stopping again. So I may have just been right about giving up on this dress, but let's talk about some of the things that were suggested. A few of them were this. Is it because it's navy and a solid color and I do prefer prints? I mean, hey, look at this pixie woven dress here. Yes and no, because I have a navy dress that I made with the that stretch wrap dress, Miri wrap dress that I love, and it just feels wonderful. I have a navy in my hoodie hugs dress, and I love that. So I know that I would love a good denim navy, but just in case, I thought I would play with fabric. So I used these as my bias, and someone suggested using bias instead of facings. So I thought I could do that. That wasn't as daunting to me as a facing. So I picked this. I had used this scraps in a video I made on how to turn a faux pocket into a real pocket, and I did these and it showed just a little. So I really thought this was going to show, but it didn't because it was gaping. I think I'll take a picture of this and show you the gaping neckline. Okay, revisiting this dress. So here it is, unfinished. It has the pockets and they're fine. They're super cute. And I don't know, I kind of like the shape of it front, and it's super comfy. It's not tight. It'll probably be like right there. And so I finished my neckline and it won't lay flat. Can't get it to lay flat. Can you see that? It's nothing I could do. It wants to gape right there. Now I had it with this showing and it gaped even more. I was like that. Now I think the armholes would be fine with the bias binding. So if I could fix this, I might not mind this dress so much and just hem it and see if I wear it because it is comfy. So here's the amount of gape right here. Right there. Where's that coming from? If I just raised up here, would that take care of it? Sorry, hold on. I'm just going to set this down and pinch that. Okay, so I pinched it about 1/2 inch on each side, and it's less, but it's still there. It would still bug me. And it kind of pulled all of this up a little higher and kind of pulled this up a little higher. So now this dart, oh, there is no dart. It's just not, it just kind of ruined the shape of it. The rest of the dress was better down a little. So we're back to this. I'm just not willing to put in a lot of effort on this dress. I want to spend my time making something I would like better. I don't know. Open for discussion. Gaping neckline solutions. It can't be the kind where you fix the pattern. This is already made. It has to be fixing something that's already made. It's impossible. So I went online, how to fix a gaping neckline, and it's going to be, you're going to have to change the pattern or something, but it's not able, nobody really had a fix for one that you've already finished. If you have that, I'd love to know. I have not done my arm bindings because I don't know if I even want to deal with this dress. I put in my pockets. They're super cute. They're out of this fabric. So that kind of gave me the, you know, little shock of color. Haven't hemmed it. But once I saw the gaping neckline, I'm like, I'm back to not liking it again. It just wasn't like worth it. I mean, I don't know. So there were several of you that suggested just putting it aside, like artists do, just putting it aside and coming back to it another time. And I might just do that. I'm not sure. I have other rejects. I'll just have this join them for now. But I'm open. I was thinking I would do, you know, the armband and put the hem in, but I'm not going to wear it with this gaping neckline. Those kind of things bother me. So we're back to the question, can this dress be saved and should it be saved? I think the question should be, should it be saved? When it's laying right here, that's not gaping at all. It's beautiful. But I put it on and it kind of, yeah, I know you're going to say fold it over and put a button, and I tried that and it's dorky. I thought about putting a bow on it and just cinching it up, but then it ruins the nice flat. I like this whole flatness of it right here, the elegance, the flatness of it. So those were two ideas that I already had. Put a button or a bow, or I actually thought of, you know, cutting the whole thing and having a placket or turning it into a V-neck, which sounded complicated and hard, and I just really thought, you know what? I could do hard things. I could redesign this dress. But I really want a pattern that already works. Is there such a thing? I'm starting to wonder, because here's my next adventure. This is Butterick 6928, and I have a lot to say about this. I wanted to make a wrap dress with woven. I'm obviously trying to find woven. Can I back up and just talk about woven for a moment? You guys all say that knits are hard. I think woven is very hard. It's almost impossible. You have to be precise. You can't just fudge. When you're doing stretchy knits, everything just can be stretched to fit. No gaping necklines, no gaping anything. It all just stretches. So, you know, if there's a tiny, tiny discrepancy, you just pull it a little and boom, it all fits. So I'm having a hard time with precision sewing. I do not like it. Do not like it. I'm a lazy sewer. I want everything to be easy. I can make a stretchy knit dress on my serger. Boom, 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 done. And I'm not in a hurry. It's just a tedious stuff gets to me. So I'm not likely to sit down and just continue to work on this. And as soon as I said that, that's exactly what I did with this dress. Because I felt like I really just wanted it more. Like I wanted the finished product more. So here's the story on the search for this wrap dress pattern. I was looking at patterns in Joann's and they weren't even on sale. It was like hard to buy a pattern that's not $1, you guys. But I wanted it. I wanted it now, and I wanted to get it. It was like in my mind, you just like, you know, have to have it. So I looked at all the patterns. I even bought one that was just like I got home and it needed 5.5 yards of fabric. Number one, I don't want to buy 5.5 yards of fabric, but worse than that is I don't want to have 5.5 yards of fabric on me. That's just too much fabric on my person. I don't want that. 3 is my max. I buy 3 because that's what I feel like I could carry. I don't want to carry 5 yards of fabric on my body. I just don't. So I sort of set that one aside. It had ruffles and it had a lot of gathering. It was just beautiful on the model, but not for me. So I went back to the drawing board and I found this one, and I liked it because it didn't have a lot of fabric, and I knew I wasn't going to do the sleeves. So my plan was to get this and just do the dress. No collar, no sleeves, just the dress. And it's just lightly skirted. I mean, it's got a light flare. Okay, this is Butterick wrap dress. And again, I took the inside wrap. This is just a button and a piece of elastic right here. So it is a real wrap. It does go open right there. But I love that it goes all the way over, so it's not likely to blow open. Sorry, making you dizzy. It's not likely to blow open in a way that I wouldn't be comfortable with. I didn't change the hemline. This was the hemline for view A, and I'm happy with that. I like the little tie. I like the wrap is modest, and I like that. Look how high up it comes. I didn't change that. What I did change is I took the collar off, no sleeves. I didn't do that all the way wrap around. I had to put a dart right here because I had a gaping armhole. And I did no facings. This is all just bias made out of the fabric all the way around. A lot of adjusting for my, I had to adjust a lot for the waist. I feel like it's a little puckery where the pockets were, so that's probably something I can still fix. If I don't really know if I care. But on the next one, it should be smoother. And all in all, I think this is a really cute dress. So happy with that. I'm going to make it again. And I like the freedom of no sleeves in the summer. So I am still working on this one. And you know what? Can I just say that even though I was doing a lot of adjusting and changing and constantly fixing, taking apart, putting together, I still enjoyed it more than this one. So I guess it's just, what do you like, you know? Even when I look at this, I'm still tempted to finish it, but it's like I'd rather work on another one of these. So I don't know. I'd still like to know, you know, if you could tell me a way to fix a gaping neck that's already made, I'd be open to that. I don't know. Okay, next up for sewing, I'm torn because I just dropped everything I wanted to make and was thinking of making and made this. And I spent a lot of time on it. And so it's kind of like I basically am so spoiled. I just do what I want, and what I wanted was to make this dress. And then I think, oh my gosh, I have things I really need and want to make, because I've got some trips coming up. So I have a couple of skirts that need hemming that I didn't make, but they need hemming nonetheless. I also want to make a travel bag for my trailer to carry all my books and my iPad in, and I have it all picked out. I have all the materials, I have everything. I just need to sit down and make it. And I got involved with this, and now I'm dying to make another one of these to see if my pattern worked. So what can I say? I need more camping clothes, and I need to think about that. I only have a few weeks and then it all starts. It's like August. We have 3 trips in August. It's going to be hot at one, medium at the other, and not hot at the other, because it's just depending on how high up in the mountains you go. If you're not from the mountainous area, it's cooler in the mountains than down in the valley. And so we will be in the hottest place the first trip, but we'll be in a park with hookups, so we'll be able to run our air conditioner. And I'll tell you all about that trip when it happens. And then we have our family reunion on a lake boondocking, and then we have our friend trip in the mountains boondocking. So gotta get some if you didn't see our last trip, our refrigerator went on the fritz boondocking, so we gotta figure that out. I really don't want to not have my refrigerator working, because that's super handy. I'm late again. This is Friday and I'm filming. Not my fault. It's never my fault. Never. But I went to film yesterday. I was all ready to do it, and tree guys showed up. So I live in Northern California, where we have PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, our electric company, and they have been accused of starting fires more than one time, and these are big deal fires. So they've now taken on a new maintenance program where they are maintenance these lines all the time, and these guys show up every summer and just cut down trees all around lines. So they just show up and they just cut down trees. They don't ask you. They don't say, this is your property, do you mind if I cut down this tree? No, they just cut it. They just cut it. They don't ask you anything. And so far so good. It hasn't been any problem here. But if you had a smaller piece of property, it could be all your trees. Anyways, that's a whole nother subject. But they were here, so I couldn't film because it was really loud. And now they're gone, so I'm back to quiet again, which I love. And I still have trees that you could see in the front, but in the back it's pretty bare back there by the power lines. But hey, I'm all about fire prevention, so that's fine with me. In fact, on that note, it was last year on July 4th or 5th, that we were celebrating at a barbecue at my daughter's house, and a fire blew up in our area, and we had to run home, left the barbecue, didn't even eat, left the barbecue, and came home and evacuated. And that was a harrowing story, which I'm going to put a link to so you can see last year what I was doing this week. Oh my goodness, that was so crazy. But it's like I want to keep my trailer ready at all times. So, you know, I'm not going to keep it packed with my valuables. I'm just saying ready to go, clean, all the linens clean, everything ready to go, which I should anyways. But, you know, that last trip I was lagging on some of that. And I'm like, I better get that bed remade and get those towels in there and, you know, ready to slam everything in there and go if we need to. It's so nice to have a trailer when you need to evacuate. So nice. So nice. We're blessed. Show me some pattern love. What you got going? What are you working on? And where are you going? Are you taking trips? It's summer. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to end it because I've talked too much now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching my channel. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye now.